Well, this is new. Hey folks, Deano here again, and this time I thought I'd take a look at something a bit different. Yeah, AliExpress as per usual, gracing me with random things I decided I really wanted. Yeah, this is the AS Toys AS08 Iron General. To those of you with eyeballs, this is Optimus Prime from Transformers. Now I know I haven't done a Transformers review in years, okay? I did a few back when Transformers Earthrise was coming out. It was like a limited web series sort of thing. But I was mostly interested at the time in the Beast Wars stuff that came in its sequel series, Transformers Kingdom. But I did get some of the G1 inspired figures, including this guy right here, who for quite some time was most people's favourite Optimus Prime, G1 inspired. But yeah, a few months back, I think last year, along came Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, which was basically the definitive non-masterpiece style Optimus Prime. And yeah, long story short, this is a bootleg of that. Which is why I had to get it. And surprisingly, I only spent 15 quid on this. Link will be in the description if you wish to purchase it yourself. There's quite a few different colours. This one by AS Toys doesn't come with the trailer. That was superfluous to me. I'm not going to display it with the trailer. But there is one from, is it MD005 or something? I have heard that bootleg company name before. I just cannot remember where. But yeah, that version comes with the trailer and all the accessories, as opposed to this one, which just comes with the figure itself and some bare minimum accessories. But yeah, don't know the quality of the other one. I'm reviewing this one. So yeah. And disclaimer, before anyone expects it, I will not be transforming this guy on camera. I do not have a death wish. Yeah, I'll be transforming it off camera just to show you what the alt mode looks like. Spoilers, it is very, very close to G1. This entire figure itself is close to G1. And for a bootleg, this guy's decent, like really decent. But yeah, we'll get more into that once we come to the figure itself. For now, let's take a quick look at the box. So yeah, in terms of the box, it did not really survive the AliExpress shipping process. Let's be honest, this is probably one of the worst that I've ever received. At least it came with the box, but yeah, very, very battered and beaten up. And that's with it being covered in bubble wrap. So yeah, just goes to show you can never be too careful. But yeah, this is the AS Toys Iron General AS08. There are some different colours of this. The Nemesis Prime colours, as well as the Shattered Universe colours, where the Autobots are the evil ones and the Decepticons are good guys. It's a whole other mess. But yeah, on the front we have what looks like Optimus Prime. Clearly isn't, it's Iron General. But yeah, this isn't the figure we're looking at, and it's also like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this artwork's from, but it's very stylized. It's got the front part of this little grill here that the Earthrise one has. Yeah, I almost think this is stylized off the Earthrise, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, quite strange. Especially considering, like, spoilers, I put that Autobot logo on myself. I bought a set of Autobot insignias Again, I'll leave a link in the description for these. They are very good. They don't come off easily. And yeah, they're not water slides, they are stickers. But yeah, bizarrely, even though this figure doesn't have the insignia on him, the artwork on the box clearly does. You can clearly see it on the shoulder. I don't know. I don't know why they bothered to like take that off. The two bootlegs I reviewed back in the day of Optimus Prime and Megatron, those didn't have the insignias either. So yeah, quite strange. But yeah, we have an image of both of his transformations there. And again, reversed artwork there, and just an image of him doing a pose. And in the back, we have a picture of everything he comes with. For some reason, this, including some of the early reviews that I've already seen of this guy, it's what convinced me to get him. This Matrix was die-cast, I believe, and clearly isn't painted. The one he comes with is painted and is plastic, which is strange. I don't know what went on there. But yeah, you get everything you see on the back here, including the blaster, his Energon axe, and the Matrix. And yeah, decent enough. Standard things, if I do say so myself. Do we have any not 3 sad onions? No, we don't. For some reason we have an entire video guide for transforming this guy. I, for one, just watched a couple of reviews of people doing it, and I learned that way. Because this guy didn't have a manual, which makes more sense now, because that's the first time I've seen that on the bottom. But yeah, let's get that out of the way and take a look at what he comes with. So, as I said before, he doesn't come with much, but he comes with enough, if that makes sense. So, we get his blaster right here, get the Matrix of Leadership, complete with dog here, apologies, get rid of that. And we have an effect where he's firing a blast out of the blaster, and we get his Energon axe. These two are completely different material to what you get on the official. The official, these are very soft, rubbery plastic, which means these effects most certainly come warped in the box, which is a bit stupid. Don't know why. It is blunted at the end, so it's not as if it's going to do any less damage if it hits someone in the eye. Hard or soft plastic, but there you go. And the axe, again, hard plastic instead of soft. They're also a bit more see-through, I believe, and a bit, I want to say darker, but they might be lighter. Yeah, but other than that, they function exactly the same way as the official. I'll show the axe on Optimus later in the video, but for this, you do have to put it in. For some strange reason, it seems to be keyed. It's a square peg, but you can feel where it stops, like right there. Every time it likes to go back to that, so feed it there, pop it in, and just like that, he is firing his boom. But yeah, really nice. I do like it. Not sure what these cutouts are. I don't believe they fit into pegs or anything, nor do they have any sense in doing so. Just be very careful with that. One person did break the tip of his blaster because he put him in a wonky angle, so be very careful with that. And yeah, Matrix is really nice. Surprisingly, it's a different sculpt to what Hasbro always gives people with Matrix. This is the official one. Yeah, details are different. The sort of almost teeth you would call that are usually only on the top of the Matrix, on this one are on both sides, and the middle section is painted, Which, yeah, a bit strange. If someone can maybe tell me in the comments where this mould comes from, whether it's just a unique mould or such, please let me know. But it does look decent. I am curious to see if the official ones fit in Optimus though, because I do have some spares, specifically from the Galvatron figure. He puts it round his neck. I'm not going to show that in my display, so yeah, that's been sitting in a parts bin for the past like 4 years or whatever, however long it's been since that came out. But yeah, let's get these out the way and take a look at Optimus himself. So, taking a look at Optimus himself, he is quite a big boy. Like for scale, just quickly, that's the Earthrise one, and Earthrise one is abnormally big because of how long his legs are. But yeah, this guy's really tall and quite impressive, especially for the price. Here is also a standard Gunpla for scale teaser for the next Gunpla review. But yeah, really impressive scale on this guy, and he's almost perfect to what the G1 cartoon or anime or whatever you want to call it. To my knowledge, it was an anime because it was created in Japan, but that's neither here nor there. That was in the 80s, so jump cut. Sorry about that, folks. If it's not my dog's barking, it's someone else's. And that gets them started, so yeah, I had to pause the recording there. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, scale and accuracy to the anime, almost top notch. Like, even for a bootleg, there are some bits and bobs here and there that could do with a bit of tweaking and such. But yeah, really good. I really can't complain. This guy actually lacks a bit of extra detail, which I'm not sure if that was to cut costs copying the mould, or if it was just to add a little bit extra accuracy to what is essentially based off the 80s movie. But yeah, really nice detail. I really like it. There are some sticker sheets from Toy Hacks out there, and debating whether to get them or not, because specifically it comes with the sort of anime accurate windscreen parts where it looks drawn. But yeah, that is decisions for another day. But yeah, main differences to the official is the colour of his hip joints right there. They are black plastic instead of, I believe it's gunmetal on the official. And yeah, some like extra details on like these stairs and things is missing from inside. But we'll take a look at that more when we get to the alt mode for the truck. These silver pieces here are, yep, they are metal. I had to just double check there. It's cold to the touch, so we have some die cast in here. Quite surprised that they've done it there and not on the feet. That's usually where most companies put die cast, because they want the figure to have more stability. But yeah, this guy weighs an absolute ton, I'll be honest. Like, he does not feel cheap and hollow at all. And quite frankly, I kind of think he looks better than the official. Because the entire figure has more of a matte look to it, whereas the official one had quite a glossy look to it, which quite frankly made it look a bit cheap, and yeah, sort of lowered the expectation of it, which is, yeah, bit of a strange choice. But yeah, I really like this. Really like it. Enough gushing over it. Let's attach some of the accessories, shall we? Oh, and one more difference while I'm doing that is he does have a matrix chamber, obviously. He comes with the matrix, it would be weird if he didn't. But yeah, this bit on the official is like a really cheap plastic grey look. Whereas this one is the same colour as the rest of his torso. That just pops up like that. Let's take this official one quickly, see if that goes in here. I mean, it sits in place, but yeah, that doesn't have any friction to it at all. Quite a shame. I was hoping to use the original one with this, but I suppose we can always just make do with what it comes with. Yeah, that's a much better fit in there. And I mean, to be honest, that kind of looks better. The painted blue in the middle does work. But yeah, close that over. And close his chest windows. What else do you call them? But yeah, that is it for the matrix. To put the Energon axe into his hand, you need to kind of start transforming him. So take that bit. This is kind of tight, this bit here, but you fold that out, flip his hand round, exposing this peg, and then it's just a simple case of plugging it in. And just like that, he has his Energon axe, and that's not going anywhere, that is on snug, which is really good. I like it. I won't be displaying him with it though. I'll be displaying him with his rifle. Putting it back the way, apologies, I just kicked the camera with his shins. Putting it back the way is a bit more difficult. There we go. He says as he gets it first try. Put that back. And then this hand, he does have separate articulated fingers. So the bottom 3 fingers are on 2 joints, and then the standard trigger finger is on its own as well. So you can have him quite expressive if it will work properly. There we go. Saying one shall stand, one shall fall to Megatron. I know he didn't do that in the movie, but well, he said it, but he didn't do the gesture, but I like to think he did. But yeah, you can bring all that out. The thumb does not move. It's in the shape of a peg. And unlike the official, I hear the official has some trouble holding his gun. Or his blaster, sorry YouTube. Feed that into his hand right there. Oh, come on. Easy enough to do off camera. It's when you try to do it on camera, things always go wrong. There we go. So yeah, just like that. He is holding his blaster. There we go. Seems like a small peg, but yeah, he is not letting go of that without a fight. Quite good. One thing I forgot to mention as well, when it comes to differences to the official, the blaster does not have any paint to it at all. The official one, I believe, has a sort of dark gunmetal colour to the rifle with some light grey in the vent areas, and this one just plain black. But that is not something you're going to immediately notice if you have it displayed. Yeah, overall, really, really nice. In terms of articulation, he has a fair bit for like a transforming figure, which is very impressive. Head is on a ball joint, but only really gets some swivel. There's a little bit up and down and pivot, but not much. His little ear antenna do move, but that's mostly for transformation. Arms can swivel all the way. They can go out 90. Really good. He has a butterfly joint, which, even though it's kind of a transformation, he can basically cross his arms. let's just try that. Yeah, he can pretty much cross his arms there. That is insane range for such a bulky looking figure. He also has backwards swivel as well, which again more for transformation clearance, but it's still good that it's there. He has a bicep swivel, single joint at the elbow, gets exactly 90. Also goes backwards as well, but that is for transformation. Swivel at the wrist. I've already said before, the fingers are articulated. He does have waist rotation. He also has ab rotation as well, but that's mostly for transformation, and you have to flip these panels here for it to move. His hip skirts are all on their own separate parts. I would recommend moving those before moving the legs. Speaking of, he can do perfect splits, no issue whatsoever. He can kick forward that far. He can kick back just as far. Just watch for the back skirts. If they go by that little lip there, can sort of get in the way. We have thigh rotation, like so. Single joint at the knee, but gets really good range. You would not expect that from such a bulky looking leg. And he has ankle pivot, which is complete 90. So not only can he do the splits, he can do it convincingly. And he can also do the crab walk, which, yeah, insane. He does have front and back foot movement in the heel and in the front of his foot, but those are for transformation sort of thing. But yeah, overall, really, really nice. I really like how this came together. But yeah, let's get this transformed, shall we? And no, I will not be doing it on camera. So give me 2 seconds. And just like that, he is complete. And yeah, I really should have lowered the camera, shouldn't I? But yeah, he looks superb. That is almost an exact replica of how he looked in the 80s cartoon and the movie. Yeah, it looks really, really good. That looks insane, actually. I do not have the trailer, obviously, but I can see if this dinky little Earthrise one will fit. And yes, it does. It does actually fit. It looks completely mental, right enough, because this trailer is pretty pathetic, all things considered. I'm actually surprised I still have it. I genuinely thought I'd accidentally thrown it out like many a time, because it's terrible. It really is. But yeah, it looks really, really good. I like it. Let's just bring in Earthrise. And yeah, I mean, to be fair, the Earthrise one is still a decent truck mode. But this one, it's just got that G1 flair to it. It really does. Bizarrely though, the windscreen wipers are painted on this one and not on this one. I don't think they're even painted on the official, but yeah. But yeah, very, very big difference here. Insane difference, in fact. Like, were these not both the same, or is this commander class and this is leader class? I can never keep up with all the different levels of detail with these kits. But yeah, definitely much better than the Earthrise one. Even the Earthrise one, smaller that it may be, that cab or the trailer still didn't look great. But yeah, really, really nice. Now, let's get these transformed back, shall we? And just like that, there he is back in robot mode. And yeah, what else is there to say? This is a great figure to get. It's almost identical to how he looked in the cartoon. And yeah, I highly recommend them, guys. If you have any nostalgia for the 80s Transformers cartoon, but you can't afford to break the bank on the official, which is £80 odd, yeah, definitely just get this guy. You won't regret it. Literally the only place I have issues with the transformation is those arm flaps. Popping them out, those are quite tight. But other than that, he is pretty much perfect, especially for such a cheap bootleg. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed. As I said before, link will be in the description if you wish to purchase this or these stickers. And yeah, until next time, guys, I'll see you all later.